Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and whatever part of the world you are in. This is Cryptogenic coming to you live this morning. I haven't done a live broadcast in quite some time. Sorry, I had a false start a moment ago. Please forgive me for that. Holler if you hear me. Drop me a line and let me know. Daniel, good to see you. K2 Medic. K2 Medic, that's actually a great question. I haven't looked at RSR in a while. I should look at RSR, shouldn't I? Well, let's jump right into a market update and let's see what we can find out. What am I looking at here? All right. Good to see you folks. First, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Let's see what's going on over here with this Bitcoin chart. We have broken down beneath our line of support here, haven't we? Yes, we have. We have broken down. Let me go down here. We have broken down beneath our line of support. Hold on a second. Let me get set up. It has been a minute since I have gone live, folks. What the heck is this? Trust in my love and bring me all your cares, for I will be with you forevermore. I will be with you. This is my promise. Sorry, guys. I'm almost ready. I should have done this. Should have done this ahead of time, but I'm ready now. Okay, Crypto Musician. Good morning. Thank you. Kevin Land, what's cracking? Good to see you. K2 Medic. Daniel. Holo. Ryan Dunn, what's cracking? Good to see you folks. Thanks for the love. I appreciate it very much. Haven't gone live in a minute. Thought this might be a good opportunity to do so. So I see you guys want to see RSR and Holo. I'm happy to look at RSR and Holo. I haven't looked at those two assets. Haven't looked at RSR in a minute. Let's see. I have an RSR chart. Okay, here's Holo and here's RSR. Look at that. They're right next to each other. All right, so looking at Holo here, we were trending upwards here and we broke bearish out of this trend. And I bought right here. I thought this was going to be a good buy-in. I figured we would bounce. But instead of bouncing, the MACDs just dumped. And once we broke bearish out of there, it looked like we were creating another triangle. I expected to break bullish out of the triangle. We broke bearish out of the triangle. And let's see, if we kind of map this triangle here, a bearish break, which I hadn't even anticipated nor planned for, should take us down about 32%. And took us right down to the line. And if we just kind of zoom in here and see what we've actually done. Yeah, I mean, we literally came down and touched that bearish target and bounced there. So hopefully this line remains a support. And at some point we get a bounce and we make our way out of there. I still think Holo is a good buy. If this is truly support, it's a good one to hodl. I was expecting I was expecting a bullish move up to the top of this trend up here at 17 cents, but instead we've had a longer consolidation period. So I'm just holding my bags of Holo just to see what happens next there. RSR, let's see, what do we have going on here with RSR? Once again, I was expecting a bounce up to the top of this, but instead we continued our bearish move. Probably a couple weeks ago, I looked at this chart. It said if we break bullish out of this wedge, it should take us up to our first profit level. If we break bearish, it's been a minute because RSR is in the Cryptogenic portfolio, but I have not updated us on it in a minute. If we break bearish, another buying opportunity will present itself, and sure enough, that's what's happened. So it looks like, honestly, we found support down here. So if we look at it like that, it probably looks more like this. And so we'll see if we keep honoring this line of support. At a certain point, look at what's happened in the RSI here. Let's see. Looks like the RSI. So I guess it just depends on if we bounce here in the RSI, what's going on. Yeah, it looks like we're still kind of coming to the very end of this triangle here in the RSI. Might be better to look at it like this. Probably something like this. Something like that. So we'll see, but we're definitely in some type of a triangle here in the RSI, and there's not much further that we have to go in it. So we just have to wait and see if we're going to break bearish or bullish out of this triangle. Right? What are we looking at? All right. All right, so we got Holo. We got RSR so far. BCH, you want to see BCH. See, where's my BCH chart? So might have to find it. I've got too many charts open at any one time on my screen. This is why I don't do lives very much, because I'm so unorganized and it takes me so long to get my thoughts together. I should take, here we go. I should take you guys through a process of making one of my regular videos, because I have to do so much editing. I don't write scripts or anything like that. All right, so I'm going to go from the weekly here. I mean, so first of all, if we look at the weekly, it's like we're making this one huge up pattern, right? Something like this. You go down like this. Something to that effect, basically. And so when we break above this line here, I mean, this right here is a multi-year trend line, a multi-year line of resistance that once we get above it, that's going to be bullish as all get out. We haven't been above this line. Honestly, we have not been above this line since January 2018. And so once we get above this line, it's going to be crazy. So I'm definitely seeing great things for BCH. And then if we come down, let's look at it on the daily. I mean, you guys know I hate short-term technical analysis. Let's get rid of this. I mean, I do it because I have to. But on the daily, we were in this trend and we broke bullish above the trend. And so a bullish break above that trend, honestly, should take us 117%. So if I take this target up to 117%, our next target, just charting the break above this trend, is 2437. So literally, and if we just kind of zoom in here and look at what's happening, we're honoring now the top of this trend line. So this was resistance, now it's support. So even in this whole bearish move, we're still honoring the top of this trend line. And so, you know, we're down 26%, but we're still honoring the trend, which means we're still bullish. We're still bullish. And we're coming up on our first take profit level for BCH, which I probably will skip because simply because BCH is too valuable for me. It's a long time hold. Oh, look at this RSI though. This is concerning. The RSI, let's see, we come here and okay, if we do that, then the RSI needs to bounce here. We need a bounce here in the RSI, or else this could be, we could break back into this trend. And if we break back into this trend, we could even start moving down towards the bottom of it, but I don't anticipate that. Yeah, MACDs have turned bearish as well. So there's definitely space for us to move down, back down into the trend, but I'm hoping we get a bounce in the RSI here. If we get a bounce in the RSI, so if the RSI does something like this and moves up to the top here, then I'm expecting a corresponding move in the price action to move towards this target here. Does that make sense? Maurice, does that help? Okay. Segala de Lima. Segala or Segala de Lima. Where are you from? Can you set a target for XRP LTC to buy if BTC keeps dumping? Yeah, we can definitely do that. All right, so looking at, this is my macro perspective of XRP, guys. If we look at XRP, this is a monthly chart. Where does this trend take us? This is just basic trend analysis. Where does this trend take us? You don't have to be a genius or a technical analyst to see that if we visit the top of this trend line again, we're looking at a $150 to $250 XRP. I know people think I'm crazy, but I mean, just look at the trend. Just look at the trend. I mean, there's so many different ways to chart that. I mean, we can look at this as a triangle. Right? Triangle that we broke bullish out of. And if we chart the depth of this triangle, that's a 36,000%. You know, that sets a target at the break of this triangle at 36,185%, which takes us up to basically same thing, right? So another way we could do that is see this as a cup pattern. Let's see. You know, so we would complete the cup here, if we can get up here, and then we come down to the depth of the cup, and then a measured objective to the top of the cup takes us 2,000% above this line. That's theoretically once we get above this line. And then if we go up 2,011%, basically take us to $54. So there's so many different ways of looking at this. Get rid of all of that nonsense. But just, I mean, if you just look at the macro, if you look at the macro for XRP, I mean, shoot, if I had extra funds lying around, I would just buy some right now. But looking at a shorter term XRP chart here, I don't know why I had this here. First of all, I don't like this. Okay, so if we can get the RSI to bounce here, or maybe I'm looking at it wrong. Maybe it should be here. But if we can get the RSI to bounce up towards the top of this trend here, then probably what will happen is we'll get a bullish break above this triangle. And a bullish break above this triangle should take us up to $3.61. So anything for me between the current place and $1.22 for XRP as a buy. I probably, if I were buying it, would put a buy order down here at $1.22, and then maybe another buy order at $1.30, 32 or something like that, and then maybe buy some of it at its current location if I were buying more. I'm just not buying more right now. But in the long term, it's going to be profitable. It's going to be profitable. Malaysia. I love Malaysia. I've been to Malaysia a few times. Yeah. Glad to hear it, Maurice. K2 Medic. I need to do more lives, don't I? You guys are right. Haven't done them in a long time. Okay, so I've got requests for XLM, Zilliqa, XLM and Zilliqa. All right, so let's see. Do I have an XLM chart? Any charts here, man? AVS Pro. Zdravstvuyte. Zdravstvuyte. Something like that. Sorry, my Russian is not very good. That's all I know. Меня зовут Cryptogenic. A вас? All right. XLM, where are you at? XLM, you got to be around here. Okay, here's Zilliqa. Then I'll come back to XLM. Zilliqa. I was expecting, I have been expecting Zilliqa to do more than it's done. Maybe we can understand the trend lines to be a little different than I've posted them. Looks like we've got support here. Yeah, Zilliqa is just kind of ranging here, but let's see. Kind of like we're seeing like this sub-trend here. I think if I change that to some dashed lines, just to kind of see what is going on here. Maybe if I look at it a bit more short term. Yeah, not really much to say about Zilliqa here, except I'm concerned about the RSI once again. So let's see. The RSI, okay, what we can do is see it this way. Then what we're simply finding, the RSI is honoring this line of support that goes back here to October 2020. And that's really the bounce point. And so if that's the case, Zilliqa is actually doing fine. It's simply coming down to the bottom of this triangle and trying to break bullish out of this triangle. Now, if we get a bullish break out of this triangle, that will be bullish. It broke back into the trend, but now it looks like it wants to break out again. That would be bullish for Zilliqa. We may have to wait and just kind of endure some more consolidation for a while with Zilliqa, as long as we're just kind of in this trend here. But at a certain point, I'm expecting Zilliqa to break out strong. My targets for Zilliqa go up to $4.15, but my take profit levels for Zilliqa stop at $1.33. So I think Zilliqa is strong. I think it just needs some more patience on our behalf. We need the MACDs to turn around, but it'll get there. Oh, BCD, yes. Oh, good. BCD and Litecoin. Okay, yes, I'll do that. Let me do XLM real quick, and then we'll look at BCD and Litecoin. All right, XLM. What is all this nonsense? I've got all these charts. Let's just start over here. All right. First thing, on the daily, MACDs are bullish, which is encouraging because we're not seeing that with everything. Let me make sure I'm in logarithmic. For some reason, I just hate, I need log charts. So how would I draw these trend lines? Probably do something like this. Make it a solid line. I'll probably do something like this. Yep. Okay, so what we're in is an ascending wedge here in XLM. An ascending wedge is typically bearish. However, we're in a bull market and we've got bullish MACDs. RSI is just kind of ranging. So being in an ascending wedge, which is a bearish pattern, there is a good chance that we'll break bearish out of here. And if so, we could see about a 50% drop maximum. I doubt that we will see that. And I'm just guessing in terms of where we will break out of this, break bearish out of this. But if we were to break bearish at this point, looking at, it probably would correspond with a major line of support. So if we broke bearish out of here, I'll just kind of identify some basic lines of support. And probably the bottom line of support would be about here. However, for some reason, I just don't think that's going to happen. I mean, if we break bullish out of here, which there's about a 40% chance, somewhere around a 40% chance of us breaking bullish, even though it's an ascending wedge. I mean, these are more probabilities. That's the thing about technical analysis, is it's more about probability than it's a science. It is a science, but it's a science of probabilities rather than certainties. So I would probably set a target around $1.75 if we were to get a bullish break out of here. And honestly, I think there's a good chance we do get a bullish break, except for there is some bearish divergence in the RSI. Yep, look at this. All right, guys, this is concerning. So we're seeing bearish divergence in the RSI. We're seeing slightly, I mean, it's slight, it's not strong, but there's slightly higher highs in the price action. But there's clearly lower lows in the RSI. And so we'll have to overcome that in order to get a bullish move. I do think XLM is going to do really well this year, but we might have some more consolidation to go, just kind of looking at what's going on here in the RSI before we get there. So we'll keep an eye on it. What did I say I was going to take a look at? Litecoin and then BCD. So first of all, looking at the macro for Litecoin, I mean, look at this. What do you see, guys? I mean, just looking at the trend, where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? We're going up to between $1,291 and $2,500. If we touch the trend line up here, we're going to be at about $2,500 by the end of this year. That's what I see. May not make it that high, but I think my minimum is $1,300 for Litecoin. And then, I mean, you know, look at the MACDs, look at the RSI. I mean, it's just bullish. On the monthly, this junk is bullish. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. We're seeing cups. We're seeing cups in the RSI and the MACDs. And then we just made this W here. And so I think we have a high chance of actually touching this $2,500 mark. Shorter term Litecoin chart, my target would be, if I were buying more Litecoin, and we're actually trading more Litecoin, we are trading Litecoin actively in our trading group. And my target would be down here around 275. which would correspond to a retest of the 50-day EMA. So I think there's a good chance that we retest the 50-day EMA. And I mean, just in this progression, we keep coming down, testing it, coming down, testing it. We break beneath it, but then we've got this line of support down beneath the 50-day EMA. So even if we break beneath it, the furthest I see Litecoin going down is somewhere around $245. And all of these are simply great buy-in opportunities. So if I were buying Litecoin in cash, I would have a buy order around $280. And we do have a trade order there, by the way, in the Cryptogenic trading community. And then I probably would have another one down here at about 246, understanding that that one may not go through. I think there's a solid chance that we get this 280 buy order. And then there's an outside chance that we get about a 250 buy order before we take off and head to the top of this trend line. So what we could see with Litecoin is something like come down, touch this line, and then move up to the top of this trend line or beyond. And what I'm looking at with Litecoin, my next target is $665. And then look at this. So this is actually bullish divergence because we're making higher lows. Well, no, it's not divergence because we're simultaneously making higher lows in the price action. But yeah, I mean, looking at the RSI doesn't have much further to go before it should bounce. And so if I were just looking at the RSI, I think the chance of revisiting 250 is very slim. And honestly, we may not even make it to the 280 mark. No, this should get us to 280. If we just come down here and bounce, that should get us to the 280 mark. That buy order should go through. So that's Litecoin. It's good. Let's take a look at BCD. BCD. Let's see what's BCD. Here's BCD. So this is my macro BCD chart. And, I got excited about BCD because a member of my trading community asked me for a TA for it, asked me to chart it for them. And when I looked at it, I was like, what the crap? I mean, our all-time high for BCD is like $365. What the heck? And so, when you see like an engulfing bearish candle like this, where this thing just tanks, I mean, this looks like a complete collapse, right? We're talking about one candle, 85% drop in one candle, right? Just 1 week. It looks like a collapse. And then from there, I mean, from the tip of that candle down to the bottom, you're talking about a 98.72% loss of value for BCD. So if all you see is this collapse, to me, it's like this asset is dead. It collapsed. It completely collapsed, and it's over. What gave me hope, however, is this candle right here. When I saw this candle, it broke above this multi-year trend line that goes all the way back. We capitulated beneath this line in this one, candle here. And this was in September 2018. But we kept coming back, trying to pierce this line, trying to break above this line right here. And we never made it above. But this candle, this engulfing bullish candle that broke us above that line, that told me that there's still interest in this project and that there's still juice in this thing, right? And so when I saw this juice, I thought, okay, let's add this. And so I bought it up here at like $3.50, somewhere around there. And I did a video for my trading community. I said, guys, I'm buying it here. I told the hodlers, I'm buying it here, but it's still a good chance that it'll pull back. It pulled all the way back down here to below $1. And I bought some more at around $2. And look at what it's done. It exploded all the way up here to $11, and it's been consolidating, in this range between $7.50 and about, $4.50. If we zoom in on a a shorter time frame, you look at the consolidation. Basically, it was in this bull flag, broke bullish out of that bull flag, and the bullish break from that bull flag should have taken us up 50%, but it blew right past that bullish target, and it went up 350%, up to the top, about 400% in this move. And then, of course, you know, it pumped so hard, it needed to rest, it needed to consolidate. But I drew these lines of support. The first line I drew was at $4.33, and the second line I drew was $3.32. And sure enough, it honored the first line, and it has not crept beneath it. Looking at the MACDs just went crazy, but have turned bearish again. RSI, it just keeps bumping off this line of support. So I'm just watching it. I still think that there is solid potential of breaking $100, which is crazy because there's very few assets in the cryptogenic portfolio that still have the capacity to 20x. But this is certainly one of them. But it's risky because it's not mainstream. It might and it might not. So I'm watching it. All right, folks. How are we doing? How are we doing? Silo. Somebody's asking about Silo. I've never looked at Silo. So let's see. SYLO. See, take a look here at Silo. All right. All right. Looks like it's pretty new here. Pretty new. I'm not going to do that. All right, I'm just going to look at it on the daily. See what we see here. Oh, excuse me. It's tied just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right, something like this. Or we want to do this. You know, it's so subjective, honestly. Where you draw the trend lines, it could be pretty subjective. Okay, let's do this. And then let's do this. Maybe, yeah, something like this. That works. Let's look at the RSI. Let's look at the MACDs. And then I've been using this. I got this from Emperor BTC. Have you seen that guy on Twitter, Emperor BTC? That dude is amazing. Shout out to Emperor BTC. But me, technical analysis is both science and art. And beautiful charts here. All right, JMH Customs. Have a beautiful day yourself. Thanks so much for dropping by. Laz, Laz, are you into Silo? Uh-huh. You want me to give JFib, you want me to take a look at TRB? All right. New coin on Coinbase, 150 million market cap. All right, I'll take a look at that. All right, so just taking a look at this here, you know, one, seems to me that it's trying to cup. Maybe, maybe not. Or we can just draw some support lines here in the RSI. This is a bit concerning because we're making higher highs in the price action. But from here, we've been making lower highs in the RSI. So that's somewhat bearish. You can also see somewhat of a wedge here. So it could be that we, kind of come down to the end of this wedge and then break out one way or another. What I would see basically is if we break bearish out of this trend, about a 50% drop, that's the maximum. If we break bullish out of it, it's about 104% gain. So let's say we break bearish over here. If we go down 51%, there's a clear support and resistance line here at about 49%. So I'd say this is probably the maximum. If we drop out bearish, that would be, my guess would be this level would hold. But if we break bullish out of here, 104%, let's say we broke bullish here. This all depends on where we break bullish. Measured objective would take us about here. So that's a big spread, isn't it? From a half cent to almost 3 cents. That is a huge spread. So, it's either going to go down to a half cent or go up to 3 cents. You're talking about a 500% difference in these two targets. So we just got to watch it. Just got to watch it. Awesome. All right, guys. I'm worn out, man. I'm worn out. What was on my list to cover today? I had actually 3 tokens that I wanted to cover, 3 assets that I wanted to cover today. NEO, XLM, and Dash. So we already covered XLM. NEO, do I have a NEO chart up? Let's look at Dash, and then we'll look at NEO. So Dash looks like it wants to come back down into this trend here. I was pretty excited because when I set this target, I guessed the breakout point, and it broke out exactly at that point, which was pretty exciting. But now it's breaking back down into the trend. And so if we can get back above the trend, we can revalidate this target of $700. But if we can't and we break beneath the whole suite indicator, we could come back down to test the bottom of this trend, which would still be bullish because this trend in and of itself is a bullish trend. However, we're seeing that the RSI seems to be bottoming out. There's not much further for it to go. If the RSI breaks down beneath this trend, that could probably correspond to us breaking down to test the bottom of this trend again. But the RSI should be pretty strong. And then just looking at the MACDs here for Dash, MACDs are bullish. So should be okay. We shall see. And then where's my NEO chart? BCD silo. Do I even have a NEO chart open? I've got too many charts open at any given time. Help me organize myself. Oh, did I look at Litecoin? I did look at Litecoin. Whoops. Where did I go? What did I do? What did I do? Oh, there it is. All right, NEO. Right, NEO. How's your day, everybody? Daily close above 3,000 sats for XRP BTC. Even better, a weekly close tomorrow, setting up for the next C wave up. Yeah, XRP BTC. Now you're talking my language. Now you're speaking my language. All right. NEO. NEO is consolidating above the trend. So we blew the first target out of the water. We touched the second target of $132. My next target is $444 for NEO. As long as we stay above this trend, we're moving there. Look at the RSI. It's bullish. It's crazy bullish. Oh, because I'm looking at a weekly chart. What happens if I take that to the daily? MACDs are bearish on the daily. Isn't that interesting? Bullish on the weekly, but bearish on the daily. If we go to the 3-day chart, still bullish, but wanting to turn bearish. Yeah, somewhat of a cup and handle potentially here. If we see this as the cup. Are we making a handle here? If so, the RSI should bounce. Come back here. So if we do something like that, however, what would invalidate that is we come to the bottom of this. So 128, so that means 64. Yeah, no, that's not a cup and handle because we've already gone below the 50% mark of this whole progression. So a cup and handle, the handle can't descend more than 50% below the cup. So we've got to have another way of understanding this pattern. So if we look at it from this perspective, or if we come down here, it's subjective, but you just have to kind of see what the market confirms. All technical analysis is simply a hypothesis. And then you look to see is the market confirming that hypothesis or not. Thanks, everybody. It's my pleasure. All right, so we will just see. We'll just have to keep watching NEO. I'm thankful for the member of my community that asked me to chart NEO. I thought NEO was dead too. And when I looked at the NEO chart, my eyes nearly popped out of my head when I saw the potential there. So I'm thankful to the person who asked me to chart it. Can't remember where we added it to the Cryptogenic portfolio. NEO, we added it at 36 bucks. Man, I'm low energy today. Can you hear it in my voice? I'm kind of tired. You know what it is? I haven't eaten yet today. I needs to eat. I needs to eat. All right, folks. It's been great. I'm so thankful for this opportunity to talk to you today. I know, I don't actually like talk live like this. It's always like some canned video that I created, but I'm always thankful for the opportunity to just talk to you guys. Why do I do what I do? Why do I do this stuff? Because there's a lot of newcomers to the crypto game and even a lot of old comers to the crypto game. And this market will run you through the ringer. You will lose sleep. You'll be up in the middle of the night checking charts. And, I end every video by saying, do everything in your power to sleep in peace, wake in joy, and walk in love. And the reason I say that is because crypto will kill that. Crypto will, and I've been there. I mean, I've been in that place where I'd be in the charts for 10, 12 hours a day, neglecting my actual work, neglecting my family. And you know, if I can rescue anyone else from living that way, I would do it. So, you know, I appreciate each and every one of you. JFib, I'll definitely take a look at TRB as soon as I get a chance. Thanks for the encouragement, Daniel, Philippe, uh, Mohammed, uh, Nadeem, Raza Khan. Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure. Blessings to you there in India. Nastikus. I hope I did not mispronounce your name. Welcome. So glad to have you this morning, or whatever time it is in the world for you. I guess it's not even morning here anymore. It's 12:04 p.m. here in California. Laz, good to see you, my brother. Oh, Daniel, yeah, we do need to take a look at cake, don't we? All right, I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to take a look at cake real quick. Let's take a look at cake. Because cake, we found support. Yeah, my target for cake was 28 bucks. My bearish target was 28 bucks. And we found support there at the $28 mark. Oh, however, it looks like the RSI is trying to break beneath that line. So we could break beneath the $28 mark. And we've got bearish MACDs. So if we do break beneath $28, where would the next target be? The next line of support would be probably somewhere around 21 bucks. Well, it's probably a range between 24 and 21 bucks. So I'll keep watching cake. All right. Yeah, get back to working on physics, bro. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me for a few minutes this morning. I hope this helps. I'm going to try to do more and more of these, probably on Saturday mornings here, California time. Do me a favor, smash that like button. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. Check out my website at cryptogenic.io. Yeah, I'll definitely, Mohammed, I will address that question in my next video. All right, I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to do this for a minute. Let's see. I'm going to do this for a minute. Okay, so check this out. First of all, if we look at this from a macro picture, let's just pick an arbitrary date. Let's say January 1st. We look at the altcoin market. Bam. The altcoin market has increased by 547% since January 1st. Now let's come up here and take a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart. And Bitcoin dominance, let's say if we go back to January 1st, which is here. Wow, isn't that crazy? The very top of the Bitcoin dominance chart is January 1st. And Bitcoin dominance has dropped by 44%. So the answer to your question, the simple answer to your question, Mohammed, is that, oh, you mean the alts and the BTC pair? Okay. So let's look at this. For instance, LTC BTC. LTC BTC is a derivative of LTC and BTC. So what's happening is the reason why LTC BTC is not increasing by like fire is because LTC is still moving upward with BTC. So for instance, if we look at this BTC chart from say, let's start here. Let's start here. Let's start here at January 26th. BTC is up 63%. Now let's look at LTC from the same time frame. January, I'm looking for January 26th. Okay, January 26th. Let's start January 27. LTC is up 158%. So BTC is up 63% and LTC is up 158%. So if we do 158 minus 63, that's 95. That means LTC BTC should be up about 95%. So if we look for January 27th, 26th here. So if we go here, let's just call it January 29th. To its current level, it's up about 69%. So what did I say? It should be up. It should be up 95%. It's a derivative. So, well, technically, if we go to the bottom of this thing, we should find that number. What is going on with my chart here? Yeah, so from its bottom to where it is now is 95% for LTC BTC. And so you see how that works? The way that works is the difference between LTC's progress and BTC's progress is LTC BTC's progress. Now, what that means, however, is there's going to be a point at which the decoupling is complete and Litecoin is going up simultaneously as Bitcoin is going down. And that's when the alts against BTC in the BTC pair are going to go absolutely nuts, are going to go absolutely crazy. That's where our trades against BTC are going to be exponentially more profitable than our trades against the US dollar. And there will be a season in which that will be the case. All right, folks, I'm going to end it here. Have a great day, everybody. Sleep in peace, wake in love, walk in love. Sleep in peace, wake in joy, and walk in love. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Check out some other videos in my channel. Check out cryptogenic.io. And this is Cryptogenic signing